Hey guys, welcome to Express.js demo. Express is very light framework in JavaScript, framework library in JavaScript using Node.js as the server component. It's also the E in MERN and heavily used mean and MERN stacks. Let's get started. I'm going to create a folder called Express demo. We're going to cd into that folder, and we're going to npm init to create the node modules. npm init-y will autocomplete all the steps above. And now let's just get Visual Studios open. We're also going to install npm I express to install Express module. Then we're also going to install Mongoose and Chorus, CORS. Okay, both are installed. Here we're going to create a file called server.js. On this file is where we're going to be writing the Express code. Here we're going to create a constant Express variable that's going to equal to require Express. I'll also link up the Express documentation below. It's very simple and easy to follow. Also, we're going to create another constant variable app equal to Express. This will connect our app to Express. App.listen on port 8000. We're going to pass in, we're going to console.log that we're listening on this port. This should console to the log, and this should console to the terminal or the browser's terminal. It's hoping you guys have a node installed to get server.js running. Node or nodemon server.js. Looks like I have a typo. Require is misspelled. There you go. It's listening on port 8000 for Express. Looks like it's working. Let's get started. Okay, we have the server running. We can write app.get method. And then we're gonna pass in the URL and the request and the response as a parameter. And then we're just gonna response dot send hello there text. It should log to the web page of the port 8000. Hello there. It's up and running. Let's get this screwed off to the side. App.get. We're gonna create another URL. Just say users. When the path is users /users, we're gonna send in the request and the response, and then we're gonna console.log the request. It's a huge object. It's a big object that has a lot of items on it. I'm gonna do a rest.send hello user. That's the object that's getting logged in to the terminal. Okay, we're gonna create another, do a user /user/id, and this will have request rec.params._id. So that will be the user ID that's getting in, logged into the, coming in from the user's path. If I say hello plus the user _ID, will log in that ID. Let's do a post method now. Here app.post, post method to post some data. It's very light, easy to use framework. You guys, on this section, I'm going to be covering app.get, app.post, app.delete, and maybe app.update. Let's get started. So I have a basic, I have cleaned up the server.js file just with const express, require express, and const app express. And this is always required before app.get or app.post methods, which is the app.use. You can put in the express.url encoded method, and that extended always true, equal to true. And then we can create a simple array of students. First name equal John. Another first name, another person. Name David, another person. Adding 3 random people. Maria. And while we have the server running, let's check on localhost host 8000 to see if you can get these people rendered. Currently the app doesn't have a get method. So let's try the get method, app.get. The initial route. I'm going to pass in the request and the response. And here we're going to pass in the complete it's in a console.log the request, and also going to pass in the response.json, the array of students. This will enable the this will be sending the student array into the page. Let's go back to the browser, refresh. You will see the three people in the array. That's how we can get using Express. Okay, we're gonna do a get. Let's see what we're gonna do. Maybe get a user by to get that. Maybe get a user by ID, student ID. Get. We're gonna pass in the student ID, and then also the request and the response. Here we're gonna pass in the response.json complete students. Actually, the students array. So let's see. Should be just.json curly brackets students. And we revise the revise the code. Students.rec.params.student ID. We should have access to the each student ID. So we get David. As we click on 0 for John, 1 for David, based on the array index. There's now 3. Maria's in second place. Now we're gonna be posting data using App.Post to backend. Um, so when this path is given API/students/ID, and we're gonna pass in the request and the response. And then create a constant variable for ID called rec.params.id. And the response.rest.json object, we're going to create a new student. Let's try this way. Students.push rec.body. So rest.json status equal. So we'll give an update once we push into the rec.body. Once everything's okay, we'll update the status saying okay. Let's test it out. Let's test it out using Postman. Postman, you can download it off of postman.com. It's a pretty useful tool to pull in data. So once on the 8000 API, sorry, the localhost/8000 URL, we're getting all three person's names. Let's see if we can add a first name, a new person to the. We don't know the ID. We can let that create it automatically. Then we're gonna create the. We're gonna go use the API/students path, and it's gonna be a post request. First name, some new person's name. So we're getting an error. I gotta get that clear. The parentheses cleared up. Let's try again. Status okay. So the return status okay. Send it our data to the back end. Johnny should be in the array. So when we access it from the browser, you get all 4 people. Even though my data on that student's array is hard coded, you will normally get it from the server, actually the database. This method you can add it to the database using plus with the help of Postman. Since we don't have a form created on our website. Now we're going to do app.delete. We're going to try to delete a student from the array. I'm going to pass in the path, which is should be student slash ID, API slash student slash delete. Delete ID. Then we're going to pass in the rec and the response. We're going to create a constant variable ID so we can get the ID of the student that's been deleted. Just going to shorten the URL path to student's ID. So it's going to be rex dot. This will hold the variable ID equal to the student's ID. We can get the ID variable from rec.params. Assuming this ID is from the student's array. We will match the indices of that array to remove it. To remove, we're going to use splice method. Student that's splice ID comma 1. We always need to respond with the status okay, so we know Our request went through the delete request. Let's test it out using Postman. Delete John. Delete method /1/0. It's not deleting. Okay, that's an error. Student's ID. Okay, there you go. We need a colon. Your status came back okay. John should have been gone from the array. If you refresh the array, we only have two people. I accidentally deleted, pressed the delete button twice, so deleted the first variable from the array a couple times. That's why. There you go. There's nothing on the array. Let's clear the console, restart the project. We got 3 people back, which we have saved. Okay, it's currently deleting the first person from the array because we have 1 in the ID comma 1 in there. I'll be doing a little more advanced demo of the Express node, maybe connecting with log and reg pretty soon. Thanks for checking out this video. Have a good one.